LeBron James will go down in NBA history with his name linked to any number of significant firsts. He is the first player to score 40,000 points, and when the postseason is included, he is the first to score 50,000. This year, he became the first NBA player 40 years old or older to be named to an All-NBA team. He was already the first to make All-NBA 20 years in a row.
And so on.
But on Sunday, James added another first, at least a first for himself. He chose to opt into, rather than out of, the final year of his Los Angeles Lakers contract, the first time in his career that, when he had an opportunity to become a free agent, he turned it down. James, as athletic reporters Dan Woik and Joe Vardon noted on Sunday, can claim credit as the godfather of NBA player empowerment, leading a movement of players seeking shorter deals with player options to maximize earning potential, maintain flexibility, and apply pressure on front offices. But James being James, even though he appears to have opted for certainty this time around, don't be fooled. James' decision to stay in LA may not be final. Thanks to comments by James' agent, Rich Paul, the decision actually created more uncertainty about the path forward for the NBA legend, explained Sporting News correspondent Dan Tracy. James won't hit the free agent market like he did in 2024, but his situation appears to be more unsettled than it was a year ago. Paul, presumably speaking on James' behalf, appeared to indicate that his megastar client was not pleased with the Lakers' current roster and wants to compete for a championship. He knows the Lakers are building for the future. He understands that, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all. The not-so-subtle subtext there was that the godfather of player empowerment is not yet willing to give up his power and may insist that the Lakers trade him to a title contender. So, if that turns out to be true, and at this point, it is admittedly just speculation, where would he go for the best chance at his fifth and, in all likelihood, final NBA title? Bailey Bassett, a writer for Clutch Points, proposed a stunning trade idea Sunday that would be almost romantic in its irony if it worked out, but it would be a jaw-dropper, to say the least. Legends pair for last hurrah in trade proposal. James could be traded alongside his son Bronny James for Jimmy Butler, Bassett proposed. Butler fit great with the Warriors after being traded for last season, but a trade for James might be too tempting to pass up, even though Butler is the younger player. James could thrive in the do-it-all wing role that Butler found success in with the Warriors. Demanding a move to Golden State may seem like a betrayal of Los Angeles. The two teams finished just 2 games apart in the Western Conference standings last season, Lakers 50-32, Warriors 48-34, and will be in competition for playoff seeding again in the upcoming campaign. Not to mention the long-standing, sometimes friendly but often heated rivalry between the California cities of Los Angeles and San Francisco. But the true masterstroke of a trade that would send the well-traveled Butler to his 6th team in 16 years is that James would be united with Stephen Curry, pairing the consensus greatest shooter of all time with James, the greatest scorer of all time, and arguably the greatest player as well. James and Curry competed for the NBA championship in the finals 4 straight years, from 2015 to 2018, when James was with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Curry and the Warriors won 3 of those championship matchups. James and the Cavaliers took home the trophy in 2016. Curry and James have won 4 titles each in their respective careers. Allowing them to go for a 5th together would certainly be NBA poetry. As the Los Angeles Lakers dive into a pivotal offseason, bolstering the frontcourt has become one of their top priorities. According to Dan Woik, the Lakers are showing strong interest in 3 centers, Brook Lopez, Clint Capella, and DeAndre Ayton, each presenting a different age profile, skill set, and ceiling. With Dorian Finney-Smith expected to leave in free agency and sign a multi-year deal with the Houston Rockets, the Lakers are shifting their offseason focus to the center position and doing so aggressively. The Lakers are armed with a $14.1 million mid-level exception and minimal trade assets, so they are walking a delicate balance of staying competitive now without compromising their long-term flexibility. Following LeBron James' decision to opt into the final year of his contract, Los Angeles is motivated to improve the roster and contend this season, all while staying financially nimble enough to make a major swing for a solid team in 2026. Of the three targets, Brook Lopez brings the most veteran leadership and spacing ability. At 37 years old, he averaged 13.0 points, 5.0 rebounds, and 1.9 blocks per game, while shooting 50.9% from the field and 37.3% from beyond the arc. Despite his age, Lopez remains one of the best stretch bigs in the NBA and a reliable rim protector. However, he is not expected to return to Milwaukee, and multiple contenders, including the Lakers, should be in play for his services. If the Lakers can land him on a veteran minimum or partial MLE deal, it would be a major value move. But that's a big if. Clint Capella, 31, has also emerged as a potential addition. Once an athletic force in Houston, Capella has since become a steady, if less explosive, presence in Atlanta. He averaged 8.9 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 1.0 blocks last season, while shooting 55.9% from the field. The Hawks are expected to part ways with Capella as they reshape their roster around younger talent, and his trade value has declined. For the Lakers, he presents a traditional rebounding and defense anchor, though he offers little spacing and has limited offensive versatility. Then there's the wild card, DeAndre Ayton. Recently bought out by the Portland Trail Blazers, Ayton is only 26 years old and averaged 14.4 points, 10.2 rebounds, and 1.0 blocks per game on 56.6% shooting. On paper, Ayton offers the best long-term upside, especially as a potential frontcourt partner for Luka Dončić moving forward. Yet, concerns about his motor, effort, and consistency persist. Multiple analysts have questioned his fit in high-stakes environments, especially on a team where expectations and scrutiny are sky-high. NBA insider Rick Bucher noted that the Lakers were reportedly meeting with both Lopez and Capella early in free agency, while also keeping tabs on Ayton. Lakers fans, your team supposedly is meeting with Brook Lopez and Clint Capella today, but also have interest in DeAndre Ayton. Who do you want to see in purple and gold? Ideally, Los Angeles would love to secure 2 out of the 3, perhaps using the full MLE on Ayton and hoping to land Lopez on a discount. But given Lopez's value and Ayton's youth, that scenario might be unrealistic. Still, the Lakers are determined to shore up their center position, particularly after losing Dorian Finney-Smith. Whether it's a seasoned shot blocker, a lob finisher, or a potential reclamation project, the Lakers know their window with LeBron is closing, and the clock is ticking. The Los Angeles Lakers face a big question in their front court this offseason, needing a starting center after shipping away Anthony Davis in the blockbuster trade that landed them Luka Dončić. With NBA free agency set to begin, one insider believes the Lakers could find their answer on the trade market. ESPN's Bobby Marks suggested the Lakers could ace their offseason by trading for Portland Trail Blazers center Robert Williams III and then signing Brook Lopez to the mid-level exception. Yes, the Lakers would be bringing in 2 starting centers, but Williams has played 40 or fewer games in 3 straight seasons, Marks noted. Because the Lakers are over the first apron and not allowed to take back more money in a trade, any package for Williams would start with some combination of Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, and/or Shake Milton. When healthy, Williams proved to be one of the league's best rim protectors and earned a spot on the second-team All-NBA defense team in 2021-22. There could also be a new target for the Lakers, with ESPN's Shams Charania reporting that the Trailblazers were planning a buyout for center DeAndre Ayton, the number 1 overall pick in the 2018 NBA draft. Ayton could join the Lakers if he is willing to take a minimum deal, and many analysts suggested that the Lakers could be a top contender to sign him.